Oh yes, Mzansi, welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I'm just getting my apron on because we're diving back into the kitchen and maybe giving you a bit of an international feel at that. Why? Because we are traveling across the borders to the beautiful Turkey. And what a better way than to inspire you than by traveling and exploring the food. And that means it's time to indulge in some mouth-watering Turkish cuisine. Now, we've got a professional chef, Chef Etienne van Wyk here, and he's going to show us how to make, and I have no idea how to say this. It's Tilbar or Kilbar, but I'm going to leave it up to him to help me figure this one out. But it's kind of like a classic poached egg, but with a little bit of a spice and tanginess. Chef Etienne, how are you doing this morning, man?
Good, thanks, and you? Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming through. Firstly, help me out on the pronunciation there.
It's actually called Chilber. So we made that mistake, but yeah, it's called Chilber. Yeah,
Chilber. I was completely off. Right. How are we doing this exactly? And also, how are you so well acquainted when it comes to Turkish cuisine?
Well, interestingly, I sort of specialize a bit in Italian food, and then we opened a restaurant, and my friend sort of came across, this concept of Middle Eastern Mediterranean food, and then I taught myself how to make Turkish eggs. So I've been making Middle Eastern Mediterranean style food for quite a while now, yeah.
All right, man. I love eggs. I love protein, but it looks like there's way more than just the egg in front of us.
Yes, quite a lot of ingredients.
Talk to me about how we're doing this. What is happening?
Okay, so we're going to start off with poached eggs. So as you mentioned, I mean, it's just normal poached eggs, and it's served on a bed of garlic and herb yogurt, and then finished off with a spicy chili butter. Okay. So, I mean, I'll start off with my poached eggs first because,
yeah, sure. Let's put this one in the middle here. So
let's go.
That one's on there, and then we grab the middle one for you while we're at it.
Yeah, sure.
Voila. All right, sorted.
Pans you're going to be the sous chef here.
Yes, I'm at your service.
So let's start off with the poached eggs. I always suggest just putting them in a ramekin, just in case you break them or, you find a little bit of shell in there. So let's just pop that in slowly. And there we have it.
Okay, nice and delicate with that one. I know a lot of our viewers will be watching you because even this step right here can be intimidating.
It is, but always remember to add some vinegar to it. Don't add salt, otherwise it might spoil the eggs.
What's the vinegar for?
So the vinegar is there to flavor it, but also helps the egg not to fall apart. So it does help.
Nice stuff coming through there. Thank you, Chef.
There we go. So let's go with our butter in here.
So that's a separate pot that we put in the butter?
Yes, separate pot, and then put it on low heat. So let your butter just melt a little bit. That'll take some time. In the meantime, you can give me all of those spices.
Give you all the spices?
All the spices all here. Well, we can toast them very quickly in here.
Right, okay. So
unless you just want to just hoist straight in there, which is also just fun.
Let's talk about it so that everybody also knows what
let's rather do it that way. So if you have some time, rather toast the spices separately. Start with your hazelnuts, then your sunflower seeds, coriander seeds, fennel, cumin and sesame seeds.
Okay.
And then once it's nice and toasted, you just throw it in your pestle and mortar and you give it a nice grind.
Have these been toasted already?
They haven't been toasted. I mean, we can toast them if you want, but it might be a little bit difficult to transfer.
Let's pretend. We're on TV here, so let's just pretend like we're fast-forwarding into time and voila, these have all been toasted.
Yes. We've got a toasted batch right there. That's finished over there.
Okay, nice. So I can pop all of this into this?
Yes, sure. And then you can just grind that for me.
All right. I like how you come prepared. I also think, is that the fact that you didn't maybe trust me with getting this right? So you thought maybe Raul doesn't get it right in the kitchen. Let me bring a backup just in case.
No, it's very easy. As long as you can measure and weigh, then you'll be perfectly fine.
All right,
so I'm actually just going to turn this off.
What exactly are you going to be working on there with that butter that's melting in the pot right now?
So what I do now is I just melt the butter and infuse it a bit with our paprika and chili flakes. For traditional chilba, you'd use Aleppo chili, which is very similar to a paprika, just slightly spicier.
Okay.
And now we just infuse it. Doesn't take long. It'll take you about 3 minutes to melt the butter. And in the meantime, let's start off with this. We've got our Greek yogurt or Turkish yogurt. You need a thick yogurt. You can even use labne if you want.
Wait, so there's a difference between a Greek yogurt and a Turkish yogurt?
Well, I mean, they're both strained yogurt, so they're both thick. And labne is just a bit thicker. It's basically Turkish or Greek yogurt that's strained even further overnight in a muslin cloth.
Okay.
So now we add that. We add a little bit of salt.
And I do like that there's pepper. Somewhat of a, I don't know we're mentioning the yogurt here, but it seems obvious. There's a bit of like a Greek inspiration or fusion of flavors.
Yes, there definitely is. I mean, look, traditionally you'll use mint and dill for your Turkish eggs, but I quite like using Italian parsley. I don't really like using the curly parsley. I just find the Italian parsley is a bit better.
Yeah.
So now we can just add our garlic to that. And remember, it is a garlic and herb dip, so you don't have to be shy with the garlic and herbs.
All right.
But this is a good recipe and it's just enough.
This is also a good recipe if you want to get a good workout in. I'm telling you, getting my crushing
one
for
sure. Yeah,
bro,
you actually need to get in deep there. Yeah, sure. But you're doing a great job.
Thank you, man.
Okay, so our butter is ready. I'm going to turn that off.
Okay. And anything that we're gonna be looking out for in these steps so far? Is there anything to like maybe watch out for as well that could go
Yeah,
wrong?
sure. Just don't burn your spices. I
Right.
mean, you don't want them to be sort of bitter. So just a nice light toast on a high heat. Also, don't burn your butter. You don't want that. I mean, a nice brown butter is fine, but you don't want to burn your butter.
Got you.
And
Got
then
you.
another tip is I like to use salted butter because it just got a deeper flavor.
Okay.
And then also just check your eggs. I mean, I like medium eggs with my Turkish eggs, but you can poach it
all
up
to
to
your preference,
just up
So
to preference.
Let's
So-
finish this thing up now. So it looks like we're getting to the final stages of this recipe.
Yes.
See, the eggs have been poached. We've got the malted
Yeah,
butter
we've
with all
got
those
there,
spices.
nice medium egg. Let me put my eggs in here.
Nice.
Just for now.
Well done. They haven't broken anything. So
Well, I was scared of this, but it seems like it all worked out.
now, and listen, on live TV, the pressure's on, man.
Yeah,
I
the
tell you,
pressure, I can feel it, but it's okay. I can handle
everything
it.
goes wrong when you're on live TV, but somehow you have escaped unscathed. It looks amazing. All right,
Thank you
how do
so
we-
much.
Talk to me about the final steps. That's pretty much
Okay,
it,
so
right?
that's pretty much it. So what
gotta
you can
plate
do
it.
is just pass the black plate for me over there.
Right.
So like I mentioned, you put it on a nice yogurt base over here. So I like to use about 3 big tablespoons.
Nice.
And then you just use your spoon to sort of make a nice little bed
All right.
for your eggs.
Nice. Okay.
And there we go. So if you want, we can use these eggs. Just use your
Fast forward
hand.
into the future.
There we go. And then I just need my chili butter, which is over
Butter's
here.
coming out the pot there.
And then I'll just use this spoon over here.
Okay, it really is coming together.
There
And
we
while
go.
you're doing this, the smells are just incredible.
So then you just drizzle the butter all over your Turkish eggs, and you can use some of this like chili flakes, just drop that all over your eggs, and there you have it.
Oh,
That's your
Chef,
traditional Turkish eggs. But we do have a little spin. I like to add a bit of dukkha just for some texture, and it's got a very nice flavor and the nuts coming through. So don't be shy with your dukkha. Just add your dukkha.
Absolutely incredible. Chef
There we
Etienne,
go.
thank you,
And
thank
then
you, thank
that's
you.
your Turkish eggs.
Beautifully done.
Thanks
That was
very much. Yeah,
amazing
thanks
stuff.
very
It
much.
smells incredible. I hope you've been inspired. That was an international experience like no other, and the opportunity for you to dive into the rich flavors of Turkey by making chilbar at home. I think I'm still not pronouncing it correctly, but we're going to work on it, right? So a reminder for you, the full recipe, you can visit expressoshow.com. And if you are looking for an authentic experience, then you definitely want to book a trip to Turkey on turkishairlines.com. What are you waiting for? Good food, great experiences, and a holiday is awaiting you.